All right, y'all, good morning. How are you doing this morning? I'll tell you what, it's been a rough morning so far. Bait was super tough. I mean, I got enough to fish with. Ended up getting me a couple bluegill too, but yeah, bait was super tough. Last time I tried shad, it didn't work out so well, so I didn't even try to get those, but I was trying to catch more skipjack, and I ran around trying to find some white bass, and I come across just a school of largemouth bass, and it was just one right after the other for about 20 minutes. So naturally I had to sit there and catch them, but I didn't have the camera running. That was a lot of fun. My best five, the biggest 5 keepers that I caught, probably would have went for 15, 16 pounds. So I bet an old bass fisherman would love to know where that's at. But anyway, no white bass, just full of bass. That's what I've been running around this morning trying to do. But we're gonna, we got good current today. We got a little too much current to pull boards. Besides that, there's a lot of leaves in the water, so that would cause a little bit of an issue. But we're gonna hit spots that I've never fished before. That's kind of one of the things I want to do today. There's a couple spots we'll mix in that I have fished before, but this one in particular, I've never fished it before. I just kind of started back here on this point, just kind of started scanning, and it's a kind of a point. There's a deep hole right over here behind us, but what's cool is on the outside edge of this hole, it's like a big rock bar that comes up a pretty good ways. I need to figure out how I can record stuff off my graph, and I can put it in a video. That's something I need to figure out how to do. People do it. I need to figure out how to do that, because it was kind of a cool little rock bar that came up, and it came up about 4 or 5 feet, and it's like this hole, but it's on the outside edge of it, and there's some logs and stuff that were stuck to it. And I scanned some fish in it, but I don't know. We'll see. But I do have some bluegill, so I'm gonna run. It'll be this green rod will have bluegill on it. I'm gonna start off with bluegill fillets. That seems to be, one of the quicker ways to attract fish. And maybe pull out a flathead today. That'd be sweet. It's kind of, overcast day. The sun's supposed to come out at some point, but it was just a heavy mist this morning. Golly, it took forever for it to get light. I got to the water, about the same time I have to every day to catch bait, and God, it took forever to get light enough. So that could be it too. But we're gonna start here. We got a couple more spots on up. We got another one that's actually back that way, but I wanted to start here. Kind of where that boat's at, but I think he's bass fishing, so he ain't gonna bother us none. So let me get some baits, we'll get started. That fish, my Lord. This fish here, he picked it up because we had slack. And this dude swam over every line. He never once hit the rod. Never once. He just picked it up and swam over every single line. I was like, what is going on? Why does that rod always have slack and the other 3 do not? My Lord, I know I have a stinking mess. Golly, buddy. Yeah, I have a stinking mess with this dude. I think he just got them 2 lines. You dog. Oh man, look at that. No, don't, well, I guess you can't make it any worse. Holy crap, buddy. Y'all gotta look at this. Look at this dude here. And of course, it's all tangled up here. Man. I don't. Well, I mean, it gets the skunk out of the boat. My Lord, buddy. Man, I don't even know how I'm gonna get you out of this. Gosh. I mean, I got to get control of this face there, buddy. Sooner you work with me, the better this will be. There we go. Holy crap. Oh, well, yeah, like I said, you can't make it any worse, I guess. Man, oh, buddy. Well, I appreciate you getting the skunk out of the boat, but now I'm gonna spend 20 minutes trying to get this mess cleaned up. Either way, I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah. I didn't have to drop them from so high. Oh man, I have got a mess. God dog. This dude, I don't know how I'm gonna get this out. I mean, I'm gonna have to cut it. That's apparent. I'm gonna have to. Oh no, God. And it gets worse. How did all that happen? Get this off of there. Okay. Get this out of the way. Man, I got line everywhere. Oh my Lord. Oh, that one fish just kind of just completely ruined everything. Well, dang it, y'all. We're not gonna be able to get set up not in this wind. Wants to keep pushing the back of the boat around. Dang it. So we got just a touch too much wind and just not enough current to hold us. I've even got my big drift sock out and it's just not enough. Dang it. It's a good little spot too. I mean, it looks good anyway. Ah. Man. So about the only way we can fish this is to just pull boards. And I guess we could do that. We're burning up a bunch of time trying to get set up. Waiting for the boat to spin around and all this other stuff. We need to get to fishing is what needs to happen. That's what we'll do. We'll just toss the boards out and just cover some water. Maybe get lucky and run into something. Ah, this is terrible. I just don't think pulling boards is a deal. I don't think it is. But we got to get to fishing. And see, like the false sense of hope, this boat will start to kind of creep back, and all of a sudden it'll just, and that's even with my drift sock out. So that just tells me there's not enough current for all that to work. But I know that if I get the boat moving, you know, these paddles, these drift paddles will definitely do the trick. So let's just, I don't think it's the deal. I really don't. We'll give it a shot. I mean, if nothing else, we'll be fishing. There we go. That was a nice slow takedown. That was a nice slow takedown right there. Heck yeah. Well, maybe this is the deal. I don't know. I mean, we only get one choice, and that's this, but it's not a bad fish. He's staying down. Yeah, he's not a bad fish. He just grabbed it and sat there with it. God dog, buddy. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a decent blue right there, y'all. Heck yeah. Look at this. What I didn't think was gonna work paying off. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one there. Heck yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, he's a solid 30 for sure. Heck yeah. Man. Not a super aggressive bite. Oh, you're puking up a bunch of stuff, buddy. On the back of my boat. Oh, that is nasty. I don't know what that is, but it sure is nasty. Oh, God dog. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a 30, 35 right there. Heck yeah. Nice fish. Now let me get him back. He is puking up some nastiness. Golly, that was nasty. Old fish or something. Phew, boy, it stinks too. Yeah. Yeah, he was puking up some nastiness there. Well, okay. Man, it stinks. I'm at the... Shoo, that was nasty. Yeah, guess that's all he wanted. Let me get that cleaned off. That's gonna stink. It was like a, I mean, whatever it was, it was definitely a fish of some sort that was partially digested. And it was nasty. God, I got so much junk in this little box. Well, good. Let me get another piece of bait, see if we can't do that again. There we go. I don't know how good he's hooked, but he's hooked for now. It's not a big one, but it is another fish. Heck yeah. Like they always say, you just can't never give up on a fishing trip. You just have to figure it out. And I know we're not throwing a bunch of them over the side of the boat, but definitely not doing what I want to do, but still can't throw away a fishing trip. Come on in here, buddy. Heck yeah. I appreciate that. Old dragging bite. Yeah, you're not muddy. They might be out moving around down in that channel. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Another piece of bait. There we go. Now we're getting a bite on this one. And this one takes off. Oh, stay hooked up, buddy. Stay hooked up. You're doing an awful lot of flopping down there. I mean, he's not a bad fish either, so far. Had to get it in front of the right one. Heck yeah, buddy. We're starting to dump off into a hole here, and that's kind of where I thought we'd get bit. I think we're gonna get bit. Well, we got bit going into the hole, and we should get bit coming out. It'd be par for the course of how the fish have been set up the last few days. Yeah, he ain't terrible at all. Come on over here, buddy. Down there in 50-something feet of water. Solid. That's a solid 12, 13 pounder right there. Heck yeah. Little buddy. I say little. Look at that dude. Yeah, he's solid. 12 pounder, I gave him that. Heck yeah, buddy, appreciate that. Thank you. So that poor head been down there getting dinked. You can see, man, it's just all chewed up in the back. And it come past him, he said, I'm gonna eat it. Oh, gosh, dog. There we go. Now, if he just stays pinned, he's down there just doing all kinds of flopping. You gonna take off too, buddy? No. Just finding these little pockets of fish. Dog, I know he ain't that big. Yeah, finding these little pockets of fish. We just actually came up on a flat. Well, I say flat, it's a little bit higher than the river channel, but it is flatter up until you get to the bank. Just hitting all kinds of different stuff today, y'all. Just trying to see where these fish are at. Since we try to do what I really wanted to do, we can't do it. Oh yeah. Another 10, 12 pounder. Nothing wrong with that. Come on up here, buddy. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, another, like I said, easy, easy, easy. There you go. Yeah, he's about 12 pounds. I do not hate that. Yeah, look at this dude. Good looking fish. But yeah, coming up on this flat here, which I'll show you that what I'm talking about. It's just a little bit different on the bottom once they get this casted out. They get a piece of bait. Use up this little one. I ain't 100% sure why I kept this one, but I did. So you don't go to waste, I'll use him. I'm gonna have to check the bait on the rest of these. Okay, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Get this camera off here. So we come out we came out of this hole here and then kind of got to a flat spot, and then this is where the channel swings out. But I got that one, he still messed with it. But you see how these contour lines come way out. So basically that's kind of like That's a flat. There's no other, like you got the ledge and it flattens out, then it goes down into the channel. And so we're gonna kind of hug this, mess with all this stuff, go through this hole, but on this side of it, because it gets real snaggy over there. Or we may slide on over. I don't know. I ain't 100% sure what we'll do with that yet. We'll figure it out. But I know this right, when we swing around through here, it'll go down into this hole. And I think that's what we're going to end up doing, because we've been kind of getting bit as we're going into the hole. Not so much in it, but as we come out of it too. Got that little fish messing with that one. He's probably got that dude all kinds of chewed up. No, I think he's hooked up. Yeah. Itty bitty thing, y'all. Yeah. Well, at least this way it'll teach him a lesson. Yeah, this way it'll teach him a lesson. I think he's on there. Feels like he is anyway. Yep, he is on there. You have got to see this little fish. Holy cow. Oh, and it's even a little channel cat too. Look at this little dude. Little channel cat. Down there stealing my bait. Little buddy. This little bitty dude. Look, Liz, a fish smaller than you. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Heck yeah, that's exactly what I needed, because the back of the boat kept wanting to spin around. Exactly what I needed. I like the way he hit that. That was pretty good. Don't think he's a monster, but nature had a lot of enthusiasm. No. He's wanting to get over there in that other line. There we go. You old muddy fish. Come on over here. Heck yeah. I definitely appreciate that bite, buddy. I sure do. Yeah, I appreciate that bite, buddy. Heck yeah, look at this muddy thing. Golly, you are covered, buddy. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Well, I am definitely glad that we decided to just toss the boards out, kind of salvage the day. We've caught a few fish. I'd like to get around this point here. Kind of a neat little spot. You know, I don't know exactly where the fish are concentrated at, but we have run across a couple. It's just what we've been doing is we started off on around that point on the back side, and then kind of come across the front of this point right here before it turns that way. Then we went over to this outside bend because I want this point up above us, I want to hit that. So I'll show you that point. So basically what I'm doing, well, we're going kind of sort of straight this way, but we'll come up, I don't know if you can see that green buoy, but I want to go around that point right there. And then that'll probably be, I don't know, let's see what time it is. Yeah, that'll probably be about it once we get around that point. But yeah, not terrible so far, you know, because I'm just dragging these baits, you know, kind of off the bottom, you know, the ledges, whatnot, whatever. You know, any sloping piece that comes off the bank, that's what I'm trying to hit. Now it's on both sides of the river, so I'm just trying to like zigzag and go across and hit what I think looks the best. You know, so far not too bad. It's a good brush pile down there we're getting ready to go over. I don't know if I'll get this one out. I ain't even made it to the big brush pile yet. Oh yeah, that's good and solid. One thing about dragging the bottom of a river, I mean, you're gonna obviously encounter stuff like that. But we got us a big brush pile that we were coming over. Well, let's see what we lost. Did we lose everything? Well, I don't feel like it. Well, we lost the hook. That's better than losing everything, I guess. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this one. Man, I tell you what, we pulled it together there, quite literally, I guess, after we found out that this wind was gonna be a little bit more. I actually thought they were gonna have more current going, but they don't. I mean, they do have current, but it's not as much as I thought they'd have for us to fight this wind so we could set up on specific stuff and try to catch a bigger fish. I'm just not a huge fan of pulling boards for big fish this time of year. Can you catch big fish pulling boards this time of year? Absolutely you can, but I don't like the chances. You know, we could drag 10 miles of river and potentially catch one. I feel way more confident being able to pull up on specific stuff like structure, rock piles, you know, being able to sit in front of a hole, you know, underwater point. I just like being able to have that opportunity to kind of wait them out and then hit more specific spots like that, because even with this current, you know, that's what the biggest thing about it is we don't get much current on this river. When we do, I like to take full advantage of it. And I know when we get this type of current, it's going to position them fish. I kind of feel like I'm getting a bite back there, but it will position the fish on them specific things. And the more you can, I bet I got a fish on there. I do have a fish on there. I don't know, did he bite when I had my back turned? I bet he did. He is not a big one by no means, but another outro fish, y'all. I kind of like this. I kind of put the brakes on there, but are you just twirling in the water, buddy? Probably are. And that's a barge. I'll get this outro done yet, I tell you that. He's around the corner, so he's got that radar, and he can see me. I'm glad he does. You know, I'm glad that one did it, because most of the time they would just roll right up on you and then honk the horn. So I'll get out of his way. Get that little fish released. This is a tight little S-turn for them dudes, so I get it. But anyway, what I was talking about, that's why I like, you know, being able to set up on specific stuff. That way I can target bigger fish better. Now, is a big fish going to be in every one of them scenarios? Probably not. But I know that I can hit more of it, and I know I have a better chance of finding one doing that. But you can absolutely catch fish and catch big fish pulling boards. You definitely can. All right, we are definitely out of his way. And that's kind of the thing. That's what I wanted to do. Is kind of a little heartbroken that I couldn't do it this morning, but that's why it's always good to have a couple extra things, you know, that you can do to catch these fish. You know, and nothing else, have a good time. And for me, be able to make a video and have a good time. So that was kind of what we did today. Little buddy. I like me a good outro fish. Yeah, dog. Little dude. Well, I do appreciate it, thank you. But yeah, we'll, I know we got weather coming in. Like, it started out warm today, it got colder throughout the day, so that cold front's pushing through, which is gonna bring that rain. Supposed to come in tonight, I think, and then in tomorrow. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes and how many more trips I make. But yeah, all in all, not a terrible day. We did pretty good, caught a few fish, got that decent one early, which is about right, because it is, oh, it's almost 3 o'clock, and the bite really shuts off after noon. So, but anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.